All right, I'm on hole number 3 of the 2019 Fall Major. I'm in Wednesday's qualifying round in the rookie division, and of the par fives, this one gives, in my opinion, gives you an absolutely awesome shot at Albatross. They all give you a shot, but the middle par 5, hole number 6, is just I don't know. It's just one of those holes that you do everything and you end up a little bit to the right. You make an adjustment, you go back and you hit it perfect, and you still end up a little bit to the right. But this hole does give you a really good look at it. And my goal is to get out into this range out here. Now, you don't have to use max overpower. If you've got a lower developed extra mile, like a level 6, you can put max overpower on it. Even with a level 8, you can put max overpower on it. And unless you get kind of unlucky, you will still be in the fairway, but you don't have to put max overpower on it. If you're using an upper developed extra mile, you want to make sure that when you're coming through here, you're coming through in this area where this fairway out here is the deepest. You don't necessarily have to be out here, but you want to be kind of more in the middle. If you hit and you're coming in like this, you're shortening it up. So if you draw a line out here and you're in this trajectory, you're a good 15, 20 yards the way the game measures distance shorter over on this side than you are if you're in this trajectory. And you're another 20 yards longer if you're over in this trajectory. So you don't have to push the limit out here. So you don't necessarily have to do max overpower. I'm going to do a lot of power on it, but I'm trying to make sure that when I come to this, I want to get as much distance as I can, but I don't want to end up in that rough area. But I am willing to push the limits just a little bit, just to see, how much I can put on it. Let me make sure I got the right secondary clubs there. I was pretty nonchalant about that. Grizzly, Hornet. Yep, that's the right ones. I'm digging that Grizzly. Playdemic buffed some clubs, and that was a club that they did a complete rework on. Because before, the only time anybody ever played their Grizzly is just because they felt sorry for it, and occasionally they put it in their bag or they didn't know any better. But now it is a club to be reckoned with. The wind's going to push me 4-3, but that's the way that that angle there, it's going towards my orange ring. I'm going to give myself about a ring and a half of distance out here. Maybe right on a ring. And I hit it 2 rings straight to the right, which is not good. As long as I make that first landing zone. And that's what I'm saying. If you do the max overpower there and you catch the wrong area or you end up too far to the left, that you can end up bleeding off into that. So you don't have to put on, if you've got an upper developed extra mile, you don't have to put on either max topspin or max overpower to get out into that area. If you've got a lower developed extra mile, especially like in the level 6 range where it only has the 4.5 bars of topspin, you should be fine unless you really tank the shot to the left. If you can get past this shadow, that's a key area. That puts you in a good spot. All right, I'm going to do a 10% wind adjustment on this. First, let's see where we're at in club. Yeah, I can come at it with my Hornet, so I'm at max Hornet. So it's 4-5. We're doing a 10% wind adjustment, so that's going to be 5. It's 1.1 per ring. There's 4-4. That leaves me 6. It's about a half a ring. So I'm going to go 4.5 rings. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look. Get in the hole. That Close. No, that was close. It was close. That's all I'll say on that. Sometimes the shot is going, the terrain on the course right there is going uphill. So sometimes when it hits and it's doing that uphill thing, it's hitting on that face, and it'll lose a little bit of energy. So I found, if you're too far away from the hole, you'll end up short right there at it. And sometimes if you put it so that bounces in there, third bounce will just drop in the hole, or it'll hit right in front and then bleed through. But I got a little bit unlucky there, but that's how that's how it rolls. Close to Albie. But if you can get way up in that hole like that, you can get into your short iron range. It's a great shot with the Grizzly, because the Grizzly's got great ball guide. And if you're taking a long iron shot, you can use that backboard, and you can watch the tail on that backboard, and you can bleed it right back towards the hole. So if you're in your long iron there, you've got a very good shot as well. Anytime I can go straight at it and not engage the backboard, I'm keen on going straight at it. But if you end up there in your long iron range, you want to make sure you bring the long iron that's got the absolute best ball guide, longest ball guide. All right, that was hole number 3 of the 2019 Fall Major Wednesday's qualifying round. Thanks for watching.